Alex had always thought his life was simple, ordinary even. He lived on the edge of the human colony on Series 7, a small outpost in the far reaches of explored space. Most days were filled with routine, checking equipment, maintaining habitat systems, studying alien plants, and occasionally talking to the other humans who lived there. But tonight, the sky was different. The stars shone brighter than usual, as if the universe itself was holding its breath. Alex was outside, leaning against the cold metal wall of his home, staring up at the endless black sky. The wind from the colony's energy shields brushed his face, carrying the faint smell of ozone from the reactors. Something was coming. He didn't know what, but his heart had started to race in a way it never had before. Suddenly, a shadow fell over the settlement. A massive object appeared, moving slowly but deliberately. It wasn't a meteor or a comet, it was a starship. It glowed with a soft, silvery light that seemed to ripple like water. The humans nearby froze in awe and fear. The ship hovered silently, its surface reflecting the starlight, casting long shadows on the colony's ground. Alex's instinct screamed at him to run, but curiosity held him in place. The ship's lights dimmed, and a section of its hull slowly opened. From the opening, a figure descended. At first, Alex thought it was a hologram. The figure shimmered like liquid silver, but as it stepped onto the ground, the air seemed to hum with energy. She was tall, taller than any human, with skin that seemed to glow faintly in the dark. Her eyes were large and golden, and when she looked at Alex, he felt an odd tug in his chest, a feeling he couldn't explain. She moved with a grace that seemed unnatural yet mesmerizing. The humans around Alex stepped back, whispering to each other in fear. "I have come for him," the figure said. Her voice was calm, soft, yet it carried authority that made everyone fall silent. "Alex, I've missed you so much." Alex froze. The words pierced through his mind. He didn't know why, but something about them felt familiar. The humans around him murmured, unsure of what to do. A few guards approached cautiously, holding energy rifles, but the figure raised a hand, and the weapons froze midair. Unable to move, Alex stepped forward, a mix of fear and fascination rooting him in place. Who are you?" he asked, his voice barely above a whisper. "I am the queen of my people," she said. "I came for you, Alex. You belong with me." The humans gasped. A queen? From another world? Alex's mind raced. Belong with her? What did that even mean? He looked around. His home, his friends, his little colony, it all felt like it might be slipping away. But at the same time, there was a strange comfort in her presence, a sense of being seen, of being remembered. The queen stepped closer. "You may not remember everything, but you were with us once, Alex, long ago. You have always been ours, even when you did not know it." Alex shook his head, trying to make sense of her words. I've lived here my whole life. I've never left this planet. I've never been anywhere else." She smiled gently, a gesture that made Alex's chest tighten. "Memories can fade, but they never disappear completely. You will remember soon enough." The humans were growing restless. Some shouted at her to leave. Others tried to block her path, but she did not move aggressively. Instead, she raised both hands slowly, palms open. A soft, golden light radiated from her fingertips, touching the ground, the walls, even the humans. And a wave of calm washed over everyone. Weapons clattered to the ground, guards blinking in disbelief. Alex felt it too, a strange warmth spreading through him. Memories, or maybe feelings, long buried, stirred inside. He saw flashes of a place he didn't know but felt connected to. Vast cities with towers of silver, skies filled with stars and strange ships. Voices speaking in languages he couldn't understand yet somehow felt familiar. "Why? Why me?" Alex asked. His voice trembled. "Because you are human," she said simply. "And humans are stronger than any other species I have known. You have courage, creativity, and a heart that can inspire others. That is why I need you back. That is why I miss you so much." The humans looked at Alex with wide eyes. Some were scared. Others were amazed. They whispered among themselves, trying to understand what was happening. Alex's mind was a whirlwind of confusion. He wanted to run, to hide, to scream, but he also felt drawn to her. Something deep inside him recognized the truth of her words, even if his conscious mind did not. "I don't understand," he said, his voice barely audible. I don't even know you." "You will," the queen replied, her voice like a gentle melody. "In time, all will be clear." The sky above them darkened suddenly, and the starship glimmered brighter, as if preparing for something. The humans instinctively backed away, forming a protective circle around Alex. But he did not move. He was caught between two worlds, the one he had always known and the one that called to him. From across the stars, the queen extended her hand toward him. "Come with me, Alex. Let me show you what you were meant to be. Let me help you remember who you are." Alex looked at his home, at the people who had raised him, at the small comforts of his life. And then he looked at her, at the golden eyes that seemed to see straight into his soul. His heart ached with longing, confusion, and something he could not name. "Please," she said softly. "I have waited so long. I have missed you so much." Alex took a deep breath. The wind whispered around him, the stars blinked above, and for a moment, time seemed to hold its breath. The humans around him whispered again, unsure if they should intervene. Alex's mind screamed with fear and doubt, but his heart, inexplicably, knew something he could not yet understand. He stepped forward. Just one step, and the queen smiled. Alex felt his hand still resting in the queen's as he looked up at her glowing golden eyes. The warmth from her touch spread through his body, and with it came a flood of memories he could not explain. Strange visions danced behind his eyes, vivid, bright, and entirely foreign. He saw a city with towers that reached into the clouds, their surfaces shimmering like silver mirrors. Strange creatures moved gracefully around the streets, and massive ships glided silently through the sky. And then, a younger version of himself, running through those streets with laughter in his eyes. Chased by the same creatures he had once called friends, he blinked rapidly, trying to shake the visions away. What is this?" he whispered, his voice trembling. "I've never been anywhere like that." "I've never." "You have," the queen said softly. "You were one of us, Alex. You lived among my people, trained with us, learned from us. You were special, even then. You were human, but you carried our hopes in your heart." Alex staggered back slightly, shaking his head. I don't remember any of that." "How is that possible?" The queen's expression softened. "Your human mind has a unique strength, Alex. You adapted to living here, to this simple life, and your memories of us faded to allow that. But the bond we share, that never left you. That is why I found you. That is why I miss you so much." Alex's stomach twisted. He wanted to deny everything, to cling to the life he had always known. Yet the pull in his chest, the strange familiarity he could not explain, told him there was truth in her words. "Why now?" he asked, his voice barely audible. "Why come to me now?" "Because your time has come," she replied, her golden eyes unwavering. "The universe is changing, and the humans or people are about to face challenges that only you can help them overcome. You have something they do not, something no other species possesses, a human spirit. That is why I am here." Humans from the colony began to gather at a safe distance, their eyes wide with fear and curiosity. They whispered to each other, their voices carrying questions, warnings, and wonder. Alex's friend, Mira, stepped forward, her hands raised. "Alex," she shouted, "you can't go with her. We don't know what she is, what she wants." The queen turned her gaze toward Mira. "I am not your enemy," she said gently. "I do not wish to harm any of you. I only seek Alex. But if you wish, I will explain, so that fear does not cloud your minds." Mira hesitated, then nodded slowly. She looked at Alex, whose eyes were still clouded with confusion. He felt torn, his loyalty to his friends, his life here, and this strange, undeniable connection to a past he could barely remember. Alex took a step back, letting go of the queen's hand, though a shiver ran through him as he did. "Explain," he said. "Tell me why I am supposed to go with you." The queen nodded, and a soft golden light emanated from her hands. Around her, small images began to appear, like holograms made of light. They showed moments from a distant past, Alex training with alien mentors, working alongside creatures of many forms, learning how to navigate starships and study advanced technology. His younger self smiled, laughed, and struggled, just as any child would, yet always guided by humans' natural curiosity and courage. These are your memories, the Queen said. They are not gone, merely hidden. Your human mind is remarkable. It allowed you to live here, among your own people, without the burden of your past. But now, you must remember, Alex's chest tightened. I don't know if I can. It's too much. I don't even know who I am anymore. You are still human, the Queen said firmly. And that is your strength. Humans survive, adapt, and inspire. That spirit is why I have waited so long to find you again. He looked at her and, despite himself, felt a surge of pride. Even amidst fear and confusion, something inside him responded to her words. He had always felt small in this vast universe, but here was someone telling him that he mattered, that humans mattered. The Queen extended her hand again, not demanding, but offering. Come with me. Let me show you what you were meant to be. Let me help you remember who you truly are. Alex hesitated. Behind him, the humans watched. Mira's eyes were wide, filled with worry. Alex wanted to turn away, to refuse, but the visions, the warmth, the pull in his chest, it was stronger than anything he had ever felt. He took a deep breath. If I go, what will happen to them? To my friends? They will be safe, the Queen said. And when the time comes, you will return to help them in ways only you can. But first, you must remember who you are. Alex looked at his hands, feeling the calloused palms. The strength he had always taken for granted. Humans had built this colony with nothing but determination, creativity, and hard work. He realized that his own skills, his courage, and his heart were a bridge between two worlds. He started, then stopped. His voice caught in his throat. I want to understand, he finally said. The Queen smiled, a brilliant, gentle expression that made Alex's chest ache with longing. Then come. The journey is not simple, but it is yours. Without another word, the Queen stepped closer, and Alex felt the golden light wrap around him. His mind raced as the memories surged, images, sounds, feelings all rushing back at once. He remembered his younger self, running through alien corridors, learning to pilot ships, studying strange technologies, and, most importantly, forming bonds with creatures he had never known. He remembered laughter, danger, friendship, and a sense of purpose unlike anything he had felt on Series-7. Mira reached for him, but Alex turned, meeting her gaze. I have to do this, he said. I have to understand who I am. I promise I'll come back. Mira's eyes filled with tears. Be safe, she whispered. Come back to us. The Queen extended her hand again, and Alex took it. The golden light enveloped them both, lifting them slightly off the ground. The humans watched in awe as they rose toward the starship. The wind howled, but there was no fear, only wonder. As they ascended, Alex felt a strange calm. The fear, the doubt, the confusion, all of it melted into a single thought. He was not alone. Whatever lay ahead, he had a purpose. He was human, and that was enough. The starship's interior was unlike anything Alex had ever seen. Soft, glowing walls pulsed with energy, shifting colors that seemed alive. The Queen guided him to a central chamber, where the stars could be seen stretching endlessly through transparent panels. Alex's heart raced as he realized the vastness of the universe around him. You will learn. The Queen said that humans are capable of more than they ever imagined. And when you remember everything, you will see why you are important, not just to me, but to your people and to the universe itself. Alex nodded, swallowing hard. He was frightened, yes, but he was also filled with a strange excitement. For the first time, he felt the weight of his potential, the strength that had always been inside him. The Queen had reminded him that humans were not small, not insignificant. They could survive, inspire, and make a difference in ways no other species could. And as the starship glided silently through the void, Alex's heart beat with a new determination. He would remember, he would learn, and he would prove to the universe and to himself that humans could rise to any challenge for now, though. He simply held the Queen's hand and looked out at the endless stars, knowing that his journey one he had once forgotten was only just beginning. The starship glided silently through the vast darkness of space. Inside, Alex still held the Queen's hand, feeling the strange hum of energy beneath his feet. The glow from the walls pulsed softly, casting a warm, comforting light that seemed to echo the Queen's presence. Despite the comfort, a sense of anticipation grew within him. He did not yet know what awaited him, but he could feel the weight of something immense, something beyond human understanding. Alex looked around. The chamber was enormous, far larger than any room he had seen on the human colony. Panels of transparent material allowed him to see stars stretching endlessly, and massive ships gliding in formation far below the ship. This is incredible, he whispered, still trying to grasp the scale of it all. The Queen smiled. Welcome to my world, Alex. This is the bridge of the starship, but soon you will see much more. You will understand why I brought you back. I don't even remember being here, Alex said, his voice trembling. How can I possibly help if I don't know anything? You will learn, she said, and you will teach them something they have never understood: human ingenuity, courage, and heart. That is what makes your people special. That is what makes you special. The Queen guided Alex through the ship, each step revealing wonders beyond his imagination. Robots moved gracefully, assisting alien crew members of many shapes and forms. Holographic displays showed star systems, planets, and fleets moving in perfect coordination. Alex's mind raced. He had studied space and technology on Series 7, but this was far beyond anything he had imagined. They trust you, Alex, the Queen said. They do not see humans as equals often, but you are unique, Alex swallowed. I don't feel unique. I feel small. I barely survived on Series 7, and now I'm supposed to help an entire civilization? The Queen placed a hand on his shoulder. Your size does not define your strength. Your spirit does. Humans have faced impossible odds and survived. That is why you are here. That is why I missed you. As they spoke, alarms suddenly rang throughout the ship. Red lights flashed, and the floor vibrated slightly. Alex stumbled but caught himself. The Queen's expression turned serious, her golden eyes sharp. Alex, she said, this is why I brought you back. Your people are about to face a challenge, and I want you to see it. Do you understand the responsibility you carry? Alex nodded, though fear gripped him. I think I do. The Queen led him to a massive observation deck. Through the transparent wall, Alex saw a planet under siege. Dozens of strange ships hovered above it, firing beams of energy at its defenses. Alien creatures scurried across the surface, operating advanced machinery and trying to defend their cities. The sight was overwhelming. These are my people, the Queen said, and they are in danger. You must see this, not to fight, but to understand. Alex watched, awe and horror mixing in his chest. The aliens' technology was incredible, but the attackers were relentless. He saw ships explode in brilliant flashes, cities damaged, and creatures struggling to maintain control. Yet even in chaos, he noticed something else: courage, determination, and resilience. Every member of the alien civilization was working together, using intelligence, creativity, and heart to survive. Humans are like this too, the Queen said softly. Your species can survive anything, adapt to anything, and inspire hope in impossible situations. That is why I brought you back. Alex felt a spark inside him. He could see it now, what she meant about human spirit. On Series 7, humans had built a colony from nothing. They had faced hunger, isolation, and harsh environments, yet they had thrived. They had survived because they never gave up, because they worked together and used their minds. Suddenly, the ship shook violently. One of the attackers had targeted them. The Queen moved quickly, guiding Alex to a secure chamber. Panels of energy shields activated, protecting them from the impact. This is why humans are important, she said, her voice calm but firm. Sometimes, brute strength is not enough. Strategy, creativity, and thinking differently, these are qualities humans excel at. You, Alex, can see what others cannot. Alex nodded, his fear giving way to determination. "I want to help," he said. "Tell me what to do." The Queen smiled, a rare expression of pride. "Observe first, learn, understand the situation. Then, when the time comes, you will act." Humans often do what others cannot because they see solutions differently. "That is your gift." Alex watched carefully as the battle unfolded. The attackers seemed powerful, but the aliens defending their planet were clever. They used the terrain, created traps, and coordinated in ways that reminded Alex of human teamwork. He began to notice patterns, small details that even the Queen's advisors had overlooked. "You are already thinking like a strategist," the Queen said, noticing his keen observation. "See how humans' ability to adapt and improvise is different from any other species? You notice what others miss. That is why you are here." Alex felt a surge of pride. For the first time, he truly understood what she meant. Humans were not the strongest physically, nor the most technologically advanced, but they had something that mattered: their mind, their spirit, their heart. The Queen guided him to a console. "Here, you can assist. You do not need to fight, Alex. You need to help them think differently." Alex hesitated, but then he approached the console. It was complex, filled with symbols and systems he did not fully understand. Yet he could see the logic beneath it. He suggested adjustments to fleet formations, using his knowledge of human problem-solving and creative thinking. The aliens around him looked skeptical at first, but when his suggestions worked, their eyes widened in surprise and admiration. "Impressive," the Queen said softly. "You are already making a difference." Hours passed as Alex worked alongside the alien crew. He suggested routes, defensive maneuvers, and even ways to use natural features of the planet to their advantage. Each success strengthened his confidence. He realized that humans, though ordinary in appearance, had extraordinary potential. And right now, that potential was saving lives. As the battle began to turn in favor of the defenders, Alex felt a sense of accomplishment. He was part of something bigger than himself, something that mattered. And yet, he also knew this was just the beginning. There were challenges ahead, tests of courage and intellect that would push him further than he had ever imagined. The Queen watched him, her expression unreadable, but her eyes filled with pride. "You see now, Alex, you are more than you realize. Humans are more than they realize. That is why I miss you so much." Alex nodded, his chest swelling with determination. He had learned something crucial. Strength was not just in power or technology, but in the heart and mind. And humans had that in abundance. The battle ended as the attackers retreated, leaving the alien cities scarred but intact. Alex felt relief, but also a deeper understanding of what lay ahead. This was a universe filled with challenges, but also filled with opportunities for humans to shine. The Queen turned to him. "Now you understand why you are here. You will continue to learn, to grow, and to show both our peoples what humans are capable of. And one day, you will return to your friends, stronger, wiser, and ready to protect them." Alex looked out at the planet below, at the alien civilization he had just helped save. For the first time, he truly believed that humans, no matter how small they seemed, could rise to meet any challenge. And as the starship continued its journey through the stars, Alex felt a sense of purpose unlike anything he had ever known. The human spirit, his spirits, was a force the universe could not ignore. He was no longer just a boy from Series 7. He was a human capable of greatness. And this was only the beginning. The starship had left the planet behind, but the echoes of the battle still lingered in Alex's mind. He paced quietly in the observation chamber, staring out at the endless stars. The alien civilization he had just helped defend was far more advanced than anything humans had achieved. Yet he realized that their technology alone could not guarantee survival. It was courage, intelligence, and collaboration that made the difference in humans. He now understood. Had that in abundance, the Queen approached him, her golden eyes calm but intense. "You did well today, Alex. You have already shown the strength of humanity. But there is more to understand. You must learn not only to lead, but to connect with those who are different from you." Alex nodded slowly. "I think I'm beginning to understand. Humans. We have something inside us that matters more than any technology or weapon. We can adapt, think, and inspire, and we can care for each other even when the odds are against us." The Queen smiled, a rare warmth in her expression. "Exactly. That is why you are important. Your people may not yet realize it, but humans have potential that can shape the galaxy. And one day, you will show them how." For the next few days, Alex was guided through the starship. He met alien crew members of every shape and form, each with unique abilities and knowledge. Some could communicate telepathically, others had advanced mechanical skills, and a few could manipulate energy fields. Initially, they were skeptical of the human boy, unsure if he could contribute meaningfully. But Alex observed, learned quickly, and suggested ideas that no alien had considered before. In one chamber, a group of aliens debated how to repair damaged ships from the recent battle. Alex noticed that their designs relied on brute force rather than clever manipulation of materials. He stepped forward cautiously. "What if we reinforce the hull using layered energy fields combined with lightweight alloys? It could save time and resources." The aliens paused, exchanging glances. Then, one of the engineers tried a suggestion. The results were immediate and successful. The damaged ship stabilized faster than expected. Whispers of admiration spread through the room. Alex smiled quietly. He had contributed something meaningful, something uniquely human. The Queen watched from the side, pride in her eyes. "You see, Alex, you are not just learning, you are teaching. Humans have a perspective that no other species possesses. That is your strength." Alex felt a surge of confidence. He was beginning to understand that humans were not the weakest link in the galaxy. They had ideas, creativity, and a courage that could turn the tide of events. And with this realization came a sense of responsibility. One evening, as the starship glided near a quiet nebula, the Queen invited Alex to sit with her in a chamber overlooking the stars. "There's something I want you to understand, Alex," she said softly. "Your people on Series 7, and all humans, will soon face challenges that could change their place in the universe. But if humans and my people work together, there is no obstacle we cannot overcome." Alex nodded thoughtfully. I think I understand. Humans are good at solving problems, finding creative ways to survive, and working together. And your people, you have technology and knowledge. Together, we could be stronger." "Yes," the Queen said. "But trust is not easy between different species. Many do not understand humans. They see you as fragile, unpredictable, or emotional. You must show them that your qualities are strengths. That is why you are here, Alex. You are the bridge between worlds." Alex looked out at the nebula, its swirling colors reflecting in his eyes. He thought about Mira, about the humans waiting for him, and about the colony on Series 7. "I want to help them," he said quietly. "I want to show them that humans can be more than they think. I want to make sure they survive and grow." The Queen placed a hand on his shoulder. "And you will, Alex. But first, you must understand them, the people you will lead, and the universe in which they live. Knowledge, empathy, and courage, these are the qualities that will make you successful." Over the next several days, Alex worked closely with the alien crew. He learned how their technology functioned, how their society operated, and how their battles were fought. He noticed patterns in their strategy, understanding how to blend human intuition with alien precision. Slowly, the aliens began to respect him not because of his strength, but because of his mind, his heart, and his ability to inspire. One afternoon, Alex was called to a council chamber where leaders from multiple alien worlds had gathered. They were discussing trade routes, resources, and potential conflicts. Alex observed quietly, learning from their debates. When a dispute arose over resource distribution, he spoke up. "Why not share the technology and labor evenly? If every world contributes what they can and receives what they need, everyone benefits. No one will be left behind." The council members paused, considering his suggestion. Then, slowly, heads nodded. One elder alien stepped forward. "The human is wise beyond his years. He sees the bigger picture, one that many of us cannot. Perhaps we have underestimated your people." Alex felt a surge of pride. Humans were often dismissed as weak or primitive, but here, in a room full of advanced species, they had value. Their ingenuity, their compassion, their ability to unite people that mattered more than brute strength or advanced technology. The Queen watched him closely. Do you see now, Alex? Humans are capable of changing the world, even the galaxy. And it begins with understanding others, finding common ground, and inspiring cooperation. Alex nodded. I see, and I want to do that not just for humans, but for everyone. I want to show that cooperation and understanding can make us stronger than conflict ever could. The Queen smiled. You are learning quickly, but there is still more to understand. Some will resist, some will doubt you, and some will challenge your ideas. That is why you must always rely on your strengths, your mind, your heart, and your courage. As days turned into weeks, Alex continued to grow. He became a symbol of hope not just for humans, but for many species across the galaxy. He showed that intelligence and empathy could solve problems that brute force could not. He proved that humans, though physically weaker than many alien species, had a spirit and creativity that could turn the tide of events one day. The Queen approached him with a serious expression. Alex, there's a situation developing on another planet. Tensions are rising, and conflict is possible. I want you to lead a small team of humans and aliens to mediate and find a solution. Before violence begins, you will need to use everything you have learned. Alex felt a mixture of excitement and anxiety. This was his chance to show what humans could do, how their unique abilities could make a difference. I'll do it, he said firmly. I'll make sure humans and aliens can work together to solve this. The Queen nodded, a glimmer of pride in her eyes. I have no doubt, Alex, you're ready. That night, Alex stood alone in the observation chamber, looking out at the stars. He thought of Mira, of the colony on Series 7, and of the people he had left behind. He knew he would return to them one day, stronger and wiser. But for now, he had a responsibility to the galaxy. Humans had a role to play, and he would be the one to show them what that role could be. He took a deep breath and clenched his fists. Humans can do more than anyone believes, he whispered. We can survive, we can inspire, and we can change the galaxy. I will make sure of it. The Queen appeared beside him, placing a hand on his shoulder. You already are, Alex. You already are, for the first time. Alex felt truly confident in his place in the universe. He was not just a human from a small colony, he was a bridge between worlds, a symbol of hope, and a living proof that humans could rise to any challenge. And as the starship sailed through the endless expanse of stars, Alex knew that his journey was far from over. But now, he understood that with courage, intelligence, and heart, humans could face any challenge and even teach the galaxy what true strength meant. The starship moved swiftly through the darkness, its glowing hull slicing through the black of space. Alex stood on the observation deck, looking down at the planet below, a world on the brink of conflict. Tensions had been rising for weeks, and now the fate of its people rested in his hands. He felt the weight of responsibility, but also the strength that humans carried within them, creativity, courage, and the power to inspire others. The Queen stood beside him, her golden eyes calm but sharp. Alex, this is your moment. You will lead a team of humans and aliens to negotiate peace. Remember, humans are not just strong with their bodies, but with their minds and hearts. Show them what that means. Alex took a deep breath. I understand. I won't fail. The shuttle descended through the planet's atmosphere, the air shimmering around them. On the surface, the leaders of several alien factions waited. They were tense, their weapons at the ready, eyes wary and distrustful. Alex felt the weight of their stares. Humans had never been part of such a situation before, and they did not yet understand the value he could bring. He stepped forward, raising his hands in a gesture of peace. I am Alex, he said clearly, his voice strong despite the nervousness in his chest. I am human, and I am here to help. None of you need to fight. We can find a solution that benefits everyone. The room fell silent. The alien leaders whispered among themselves, exchanging skeptical glances. One elder, a tall creature with silver blue skin and luminous eyes, spoke first. You are young, human. How can you guide us? How can you understand the complexities of our world? Alex looked around at the gathered leaders, then at the humans in his team. Because humans have a strength you may not see, he replied. We survive against impossible odds. We work together. We solve problems when no one else can. I am here to show you that cooperation and understanding can be more powerful than conflict. A murmur of surprise spread through the room. Some aliens nodded slowly, intrigued by his confidence and clarity. Alex realized that his words alone could begin to change perceptions. Humans were often underestimated, but that underestimation could be turned into opportunity. He guided the leaders to a holographic table, displaying the resources and territories in dispute. Look at what each of your worlds contributes, Alex said. Now, imagine if we shared knowledge, technology, and resources fairly. Everyone gains, no one suffers, and your people can grow stronger together instead of fighting. The alien leaders exchanged uncertain glances. Alex noticed tension in their shoulders, the flicker of doubt and fear in their eyes. He knew it was his chance to show them humans' greatest strength, creativity, and empathy. I understand your concerns, he continued. Each world has unique needs and fears, but I have seen humans survive far harsher conditions than these. We find solutions when others see none. Let us work together. Let us think differently. Hours passed as Alex mediated, guiding discussions, suggesting compromises, and listening carefully to each leader. He used human intuition and empathy, pointing out opportunities that others had overlooked. Slowly, the room began to shift. Skepticism gave way to curiosity, then cooperation. The alien leaders began to discuss solutions openly. Building trust where there had been only suspicion, the queen watched quietly from the side, her golden eyes shining with pride. You are doing more than I imagined, Alex, she said softly. You are showing them what humans can accomplish. Alex felt a swell of pride. He realized that humans were not just survivors, they were problem solvers, leaders, and inspirers of hope. And right now, he was proof of that truth. As night fell on the planet, a breakthrough was reached. The alien leaders agreed to a plan that shared resources fairly, balanced responsibilities, and created alliances that could withstand future conflicts. Alex had done more than mediate. He had united a planet that had been on the verge of war. The queen approached him, placing her hand on his shoulder. You have exceeded expectations. Humans are capable of greatness, and you have shown it today. Alex smiled, though his chest ached with relief and exhaustion. I just did what humans do naturally, he said. We survive, we adapt, and we help each other. That's all I did. No, the queen replied, shaking her head. You did more. You inspired. You taught. And that is why humans are essential to the galaxy. The team returned to the starship, and Alex stood once again on the observation deck, looking at the stars. The universe was vast, full of challenges, mysteries, and dangers, but also full of opportunity. He understood now that humans, though physically smaller than many alien species, could achieve incredible things. Creativity, courage, and heart were more powerful than any weapon. As the ship glided through the void, Alex thought of Series 7, of Mira, and of the colony he had left behind. He missed them, but he knew his journey was far from over. Humans had a role to play in the galaxy, and he was part of showing the universe what they could do. Alex, the queen said quietly, it is time for you to decide. You can return to your home and your people, or you can continue with me to learn even more about the universe and your place in it. Alex looked at her, his mind racing. He had a responsibility to his friends, to his colony, and to humanity. Yet he also knew that the universe was bigger than he had ever imagined, and there was much to learn. He thought of the people he had helped today, and of the potential humans had to inspire, to lead, and to survive. I want to return, he said finally, but I also want to learn. I want to be ready to protect humans and help them grow. I want to show them what they can achieve. The queen smiled, a brilliant, radiant expression that filled him with warmth. Then it will be so. You will return to your people, stronger and wiser. And when the time comes, you will continue your journey among the stars. The starship accelerated, heading toward the human colony. Alex looked out at the familiar landscape of Series 7 as it grew larger in the viewport. He felt a mix of excitement, nostalgia, and determination. Humans had proven themselves worthy of the galaxy's challenges, and he would help them realize their potential. When the ship landed, Alex stepped out to see the humans waiting. Mira ran toward him, tears in her eyes. "Alex, you're back," she cried. Alex smiled, embracing his friend. "I've missed you too," he said. "And I have so much to share. Humans, we can do more than we ever imagined. And together, we will face whatever comes next." The humans listened as Alex recounted his journey, the alien queen, the starship, the battles, and the alliances he had helped forge. Their eyes widened with wonder, and for the first time, they truly saw the potential within their own kind. Alex felt pride, not in himself alone, but in humanity. They had survived impossible odds, adapted to new worlds, and risen to challenges far greater than they had ever faced. He knew that the future held unknown dangers, but he also knew that humans were capable of facing them with courage, creativity, and heart. The Queen, watching from the ship, nodded in approval. "Humans are ready," she said softly. And so is Alex. As night fell on the colony, Alex stood on a hill, looking up at the stars. The universe stretched endlessly before him, full of mysteries and opportunities. He knew that humans had a role to play, a place among the stars, and that one day, they would rise to meet challenges no one could have imagined. And as the wind whispered through the colony, carrying the scent of distant worlds, Alex made a promise to himself, to humanity, and to the Queen. He would help humans realize their potential, inspire hope, and show the galaxy what they were capable of. The journey was far from over, but for the first time, Alex knew that humans, with their courage, intelligence, and heart, could face anything. The universe would see what humans could do, and they would not be underestimated again. Alex smiled, feeling the weight of responsibility and the thrill of possibility. The stars stretched before him, endless and full of promise. And he knew, without a doubt, that the best was yet to come.